This week in wrestling, some people were released from their jobs. WrestleMania has some spots where it may be going. And then Raw and SmackDown happened, and we have been captained with each of our Survivor Series teams. We're going to talk all about this and more this week as we... Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to the most inappropriate wrestling podcast in all of history. You're listening to Breaking Down the Ring. We are your ring crew.
Orlando.
Callie.
And me, the almighty one, Mikey. As you can see, it's a little bare bones show today. It's very intimate. We're going to be doing things the proper way. Just having good, old, nice conversation.
Oh, well, I said we wouldn't be humping, so that's off the table.
Oh. Then we're just back to the regular conversation, I guess. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
What's
You
good to
mean
hear?
everybody by me and Callie? Yeah, we're both doing well.
Yeah, all right. Well, look, I'm doing good too, man. Look at that.
Fantastic, thanks.
Everybody is still everybody. You know what I'm saying? No?
No.
I can't hear much.
What?
It's like very faint,
Your headphones are very faint? Mine sound great.
Mine sound great.
That means it's your headphones right there.
Okay.
You can always take them off and just listen. You don't have to.
I just feel extremely responsible to have them on now that I'm sitting
Why?
here.
There's nothing really.
I don't know. I just do, okay?
Okay.
This feels like a very powerful position to sit in.
It is a powerful
Callie's
position.
running the board today.
Get Callie on the board because next week I will not be here. You will not hear the luscious sounds of Mikey.
Oh, thank God.
I know. I think so many people are going to be happy about that. And
Ecstatic. Thanks.
you said static?
Ecstatic. I'll be ecstatic.
Oh, ecstatic. Okay. So yeah, next week I'm gonna have to work because I'm going to Nashville for a couple days. So I'm not gonna have Wednesday night off as per usual. So hey, I won't be here. Callie will be running the board, so we got her learning the hard way this week. And then next week she's gonna have the intro and everything. Breaking down the ring. Most inappropriate pro wrestling podcast.
I'm going to go back and listen to all fucking intro.
The intros are never good. So, to be fair, Mikey gets it right like once every 3 weeks.
Oh,
Yeah. It's the where I'm hitting play. In all honesty, I might just have you run the board all the time. Because if you're just doing it and I don't have to worry about hitting play and stuff, and that's all you have to do, and I don't have to look around as I'm saying the intro, man, because it'd be perfect every week.
Her face looked like you just dropped the biggest responsibility on her of her life.
Well, I've been asking her
You
to
would
do
think like she's never done anything. Whoa, I had to push a button.
4 or 5.
Well, I mean, this only ensures that we're live on air and everything plays properly and people can hear us and we don't shit talk someone when we thought our mics were off. Fuck Joe. I mean, what's up?
Because as long as Lock Talk is on, then you know the mics are on. That's your main one. If everything on the bottom two say encoding, that means you know you're going out live and it's recording. If Lock Talk is on, you know everyone can hear us.
So I mean, I guess if I fuck up somewhere with the 3 little thingamajiggies.
The 3 little thingamajiggies. Yeah.
All right.
That's how you got to do it.
Anyways, so wrestling this weekend. This week.
So, okay. I want to kick off with this because it was a big thing, and then I just heard this right before coming in. There's been the 3 top WrestleMania cities spoken about.
Rumored for
where WWE is thinking they're going to go. There is New York was one of them. Philadelphia was another one. And Detroit was a third one. And the thing was, everyone was saying Detroit was the front runner. Like, it came out that it was a hidden thing that they've already basically picked us. The city, obviously, we broadcast out of Royal Oak, Michigan, which is just north of Detroit. they said that they basically picked us, and news organizations came out stating exactly where it was going to be going, what was going to happen. I think our own WXYZ Channel 7 gave a breakdown, and this is literally coming directly from the Channel 7 website, where it says, if Detroit does land WrestleMania, it would be more than a week worth of events throughout the city of Detroit. Ford Field would host the main event of WrestleMania, but Little Caesars Arena would get a plethora of events. Based on WrestleMania 33 scheduled in Orlando, Little Caesars Arena would most likely get the WWE Hall of Fame ceremony on Friday before Mania, NXT TakeOver event on Saturday before Mania, and then Monday Night Raw and Tuesday Night SmackDown, while the event would be at the Ford Field, which is 4-5 blocks away from it.
Plus, the way WrestleMania has grown, it's almost become this huge festival of wrestling. So, like, you would also probably have Evolve shows, CZW shows for the first time in Detroit. Every major indie promotion, even Progress would probably come and do shows. So all that week and weekend. So there'd be a million things wrestling going on. So it would have been awesome, especially to have it here in Detroit and not have to travel to go to it. But unfortunately, rumor has it that Detroit never even placed a bid. So
I'm like,
stupid.
I'm looking for this story, and I can't find anything on it yet. Everyone's saying that it came out. They're saying Detroit never placed a bid.
I saw something about it earlier, but I didn't actually read it. So maybe it's super secret where now they're planting rumors of doubt.
Oh, okay. I found something from 411 Mania.
I originally pulled it from, too.
Previously reported WrestleMania 35 was going to take place in Detroit, but according to WXYZ.com, Detroit didn't actually put in a bid to host the event. Quote says, the Detroit Sports Commission, which submits bids for major sporting events throughout the city of Detroit, said despite the rumor that they did not submit a bid for WrestleMania 35, only 33 and 34. New York and Philadelphia who are also said to be in the running, but nothing new about them potentially hosting has been revealed.
That's unfortunate because, like I said, I mean, it's not just a showcase of WWE stuff. I mean, that stuff's cool, and the NXT stuff would have been great, but they literally do every top independent show comes to that area that weekend, and you can see literally the best wrestling all week. And so it is a detriment because I would have loved to not had to travel all the way there like I did last year to Florida and drive all the way down.
Philly's close. That's drivable.
Yeah, Philly's close, and even New York is only another hour from Philly. So either way, those are both doable, and I will be going to either of those. I'm supposed to go to New Orleans when that comes up as well. But
Really?
Yeah, we'll see how that goes with taking time off, and I don't know if I've lost any spots or anything yet, so we'll see how that goes.
I did a little bit of research on these, and New York has had WrestleMania 4 times. I was at Madison Square Garden for 1, 10, and 20. And for 2, it was New York, but it wasn't.
They did the multiple locations.
Yeah, it was 3 of them, but it wasn't like Madison Square Garden. It was Nassau Veteran Memorial Coliseum that they were in. 3, of course, was the original biggest attendance ever for an indoor event with 92,000 or something.
Yeah.
93,173 at Pontiac Silverdome.
At the now defunct Pontiac Silverdome.
Yeah.
The rotting Pontiac Silverdome.
Yeah, that place is not real at all in any shape or form anymore. So they had that. Obviously, the big one, that was
They did 23 here, right?
23 was here as well. 10 was in New York. 15 was the only one to happen in Philadelphia. And 15 was the first time Rock and Austin met in the main event for WrestleMania.
15?
Yeah. Yep, 15, 17, and 19.
What was the... Oh, yeah, you're right.
I know.
I was forgetting my manias. Okay.
It's okay. We still love you.
Go ahead.
You don't have to have it all, dog. That's why I have it all pulled up so I don't look like an idiot.
But yeah, I mean, it just would have been cool to have it here. Like I said, it would have been a whole week of wrestling, and it would have been a big spotlight on some local talent, which would have been nice. Me being one of them. Wink, wink. But still, no matter where it is, those other ones, Philly would be cool, and so would New York. Both those are in drivable distances, and I'll be going to either of those anyways. So I'm glad to see it, I guess, in the northern half of the states and not have to travel cross country.
Too far.
Unless there's another rumor out there that it's somewhere else.
Callie, what is your face going up and open for?
For our next topic, and I'll save it for our next topic.
Okay.
Releases.
Oh.
I just happened to read something.
Oh, the brand new stuff on Emma that came out today from Justin Barrasso from SI.com?
No, but probably.
Okay. Yeah, so I obviously, again, I went to 23. I wasn't at 3. I went to 23 on a luck of a draw. I was working downtown at a restaurant, and in comes a lot of the THQ and WWE guys. And at that time, this is when, what was it? 23 was 2000.
Probably Raw versus SmackDown something.
It was definitely Raw versus SmackDown. So we're talking 23 was 2007.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Raw versus
2000
SmackDown.
Yeah, definitely something like that. And because it had the 2 titles. Because obviously you had Cena and HBK, and then Batista versus Taker. And I was talking to the guys about the game, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I've been following up. I love the video game, it's, as I do now. I have 2K18. I love it." So I was talking to the THU guys and go, "Oh, you going to WrestleMania?" I was like, "No, I wasn't able to get tickets, man. I just couldn't afford it." And they were like, "Yeah, that sucks." And I was like, "Yeah." So after I spoke to them, the next day, the THQ guys come back into the restaurant I was working and say, "Hey, we got you 2 tickets for Mania." I was like, "What? Holy shit!" And
your life is so much cooler than mine.
Right? He just gets free shit all the fucking time.
And they were like, "Dude, we could tell you weren't fanboying. You were literally a fan of the game. We sounds like you love, the sport and everything. So we have 2 tickets. Yeah, we'll throw it to you, man, for sure." So I had to get my shift covered. And then on top of that, my family owns one of the more popular bars downtown, in downtown Detroit, and it's literally kitty corner to this restaurant. So after I get those tickets, I go to family bar and I'm drinking and I'm like, "Man, these fucking guys are awesome. I fucking love them." And then someone said that some of the wrestling guys were trying to get in, but they couldn't get in because the line was too long. And I was like, "Oh, I'll get them in." So I went downstairs. They were already back at the other restaurant, the restaurant that I worked at. So I went over to the restaurant. I was like, "Hey, heard you guys are trying to get a shillelagh." I said, "Yeah." I was like, "I'll get you in. Come on in. I'll take you upstairs." So I took it to the second floor. I made 2 really good friends out of this. Obviously, this is the night I first met Michael Cole, really cool guy. But this is when I officially met 2 friends that I still have to this day, Audra and John, that I've mentioned before.
Oh, yeah.
And so there was that weekend that I got cool with them, and I was like, "Yeah, you guys ever want anything? Anytime you're in town, here's my number, so on and so forth. We'll connect." Because this is 2007, so this is before like the Facebook boom and everything like that. Like you literally had to connect through phones.
Here's my number, or here, take down my email. Yeah, that sounds so dated today, doesn't it? Like, here, take my email. For what?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Go with your story.
At AOL.com.
Hotmail.
R.I.P.
What?
R.I.P. to AOL.
Oh,
Messenger.
yeah, because AM is done.
Yep.
So, yeah, I went to 23 and still kept good relationships with them ever since. I've been to basically every show that has been in Michigan. So I would love if this was just a complete total ruse right now. No, we never submitted a bid. We did for 33 and 34, not 35, because they were told to say nothing. Like you can't even say you submitted.
Right, I mean, that would be sweet as shit. Not likely, but sweet as shit. As Detroit guy, I just don't think that's likely scenario. I think you would want to go to these bigger markets that would have more to offer. However, I would love to. I would love to see it in Detroit, but I just don't think that's the likely scenario.
I think you win right now with Little Caesars Arena being built, and the fact that they were just here for Hell in a Cell, and it basically sold out for a pay-per-view that on a SmackDown brand that hasn't really sold. Then hearing, we can also put the Hall of Fame right there, TakeOver, Raw, and it's all right there. So 1, your talent doesn't have to travel a myriad of places. It's all close. 2, again, it makes sense, and I would love this is that the Detroit Sports Commission is just complete ruse. Just WWE said, shut the fuck up. You don't say anything till we say something, or you lose it. And Sports Commission's like, we got nothing. We got nothing. So again, what?
Sports.
Okay.
Dodgers.
Oh, Game 7 of the World Series is going.
This is somehow important to get the. I'm just have the ESPN update, so it's not like I'm watching it, but like my watch buzzes when it happens. So if you just see a random happy little fist, it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Up next, we're going to talk about some releases that happened right before Monday. It's
Stupid. Well,
Three people were released. Emma was future endeavored. Darren Young was future endeavored, and Summer Rae was future endeavored. This comes on the heels of us bitching about Emma and how well she held her own against Asuka in those 2 matches at TLC.
How bad does that
and
booking
Raw.
look now?
Yeah. Oh, even worse. It's
Now,
so bad.
why did you not have Asuka run through her?
Right. And then even more so when everyone's like, oh, it just shows that one hand isn't talking to the other hand and it just happens. Or no, because apparently, according to not Justin Barrasso this time, according to Sean Reuter, who wrote, nope, that's the SB Nation one. So I was correct. Justin Barrasso from SI.com, the extra mustard guy, he stated that Emma was released after a long time coming from all the heat that she has been built up with the writers. He literally says, quote, the release of Emma was the most peculiar considering she was just featured 10 days ago on the TLC pay-per-view in Asuka's debut match on the main roster. Darren Young appeared Saturday night in LA for a Clippers WWE night at the Staples Center. Emma's release struck a nerve with fans as she is talented and WWE is in dire need of depth in the women's division. Yet the writing on the wall for her departure has been in place for some time, as she had considerable heat within the company. Emma created just enough enemies on the writing staff, which she exacerbated from the way she voiced her opinion on Twitter. The doors remain open for a return, but her exit from the company is viewed by some as addition by subtraction in the locker room. Emma carried as much respect as an in-ring wrestler as any single woman in the WWE locker room, but her release sends a message to the entire locker room after the departures of Jimmy Jacobs and Neville and the successful walkout from Nia Jax, who used her leverage to take a brief hiatus and return to Raw this past Monday with a renewed strength and storyline from the creative team. Emma is on the outside looking in, and talent will take note of the company's decision to cut her. The decision was made on Friday to release Emma, Darren, and Summer Rae during a Vince McMahon routine budget meeting. So without going in any further than that, apparently it's been a long time coming they were getting rid of Emma. So if it's been such a long time coming and the writers were understanding part of why she was fucking released, why the fuck did she hold her own against Asuka twice? Again, I'm not going to argue the TLC match. I'll give you the TLC match. Make it look like Asuka's coming to the main roster and needs to get her legs under her. But then she should have squashed Emma Monday for sure now.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't get the booking originally. I definitely don't get it if they had any inclination that they didn't want her there. Why they would give her such a match like that. I don't get the booking of that. I don't get her release. I think it's exactly what that article said. It was an example. They're trying to make an example. Like, here, talent, look at this. But then you're contradicting yourself because you're letting Nia get away with it.
Yeah, she had a match. She beat Bayley.
Right. So you're contradicting yourself. You're saying, Emma, you can't. Nia, you can. I don't see why one would be better than the other.
Because of the one's cousin.
Yeah.
Well, it's the way that she did it, though, versus Emma took to Twitter versus Nia didn't, though.
Every superstar takes to Twitter, though.
Nia didn't, though.
Okay, but I would say, well, I don't. I think, and I preach this a lot, there should be a social media etiquette class because there's no wrestling school that teaches you about how to use social media. Right. And so this new age of social media it's been thrown upon us, and as we talked about the strict rules of wrestling, she could post something very small, you know what I mean, and then one other small thing. It doesn't have to be some big thing that's been building up. However, in my mind, somebody walking out from the show is a lot worse than what somebody little disgruntled employee writes on Twitter. However, I'm not saying that, she shouldn't have been punished or, even released for that. But you can't reward one and punish the other. And
I agree with that. I'm just saying that to the point of I could see why they took it one way. And I understand that Nia had the leverage of family. That's a given. But
right, but I think that's such a bullshit excuse. Worse. Yeah. And I think if
that's
you're
even more fucked up.
Right, and if you're in that locker room, if you're one of the Mikey's chair just fell down.
No, I did it. I was trying to lock it so it didn't lean back.
And if you're just speaking from a worker perspective, if you're one of those workers in that locker room, what you just said is that family's privileged and gets to do a lot more than the average person.
Right. So you're telling me now.
So now you're disgruntling the locker room. I feel like you're giving them more of a reason to bitch because now you're creating an environment where you're favoring people because of their family. And I'm not saying that hasn't always been the case, but it hasn't always been so transparent.
Right.
So when you put it out there like that, I think you're creating issues within that locker room by doing this. I think they're trying to say it's addition by subtraction, which I get. But unfortunately, I think with the way that they're treating one situation and not the other, I think they're creating more of a locker room problem than they realize. So this is a mistake on that end as well.
Well, I think what it does is it goes to show the people who are, second, third, fourth, whatever generations, like, well, fuck, I can get away with just about anything at this point. So now you have people who are going to go, well, fuck you. Fuck the company for allowing that, and then you're going to have the people who have the leverage, and they're going to start using it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's creating more, and you elaborate on it correctly. I think it's creating more of an issue.
Yeah, 100%.
By the way they're handling one situation, and not handling the other.
Kind of fucked themselves over with that.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, again, I think you nailed it. That's exactly what's going to happen. I think that's exactly the way the locker room is going to feel. I think that's the message they indirectly put out, whether they meant to or not. And so I think it creates more problems moving forward.
It's going to create possibly a different dynamic for the show itself.
It's such a shame.
Just because I think some of the superstars are going to start stepping up for themselves. I think they're going to want to try to change certain things. Because, there's things that we bitch about that, why can't you do this? Why can't, this or that change? And I'm hoping that some people choose to use it in a positive way and it helps the company. But I know in the long run, it's going to fuck them.
Well, yeah, I mean, you can't have, that was the problem with WCW, right? The old gimmick they always say is you can't let the inmates run the asylum, and that's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it creates problems moving forward. I think it's not a good message to put forth in your locker room, and that's coming from a guy who's, spoken up on behalf of the locker room, gotten a lot of heat for speaking up for not just me, but other boys, the other boys and stuff, so... I don't know, man. I really think that's a bad message they sent. And if you have a little rebel like me in that locker room, you just, you got my brain working.
Set you free.
Right, like going, okay, how the fuck can I do what I want now? Or how the fuck can I get out of this company that I'm not happy with? So, I don't know. It's such a shame that there's not another company to go to that could really pay people well, because WWE is so screwed with treating their locker room that way. That they, a lot of guys are going to stay there just because they feel like there's nowhere else.
Leverage game.
But now as we see these guys start to make it on the indies and make real money, like Cody and all these guys, I think that's part of the reason why guys are speaking up anyways. But I know I'm rambling a lot here. But,
no, it's fine.
But I'm just saying, I think overall, I just wish there's another place for them to go, because this would be the perfect time for a company to pop up, because talent would want to leave. Because they've created an unhealthy locker room environment. And
then the other thing is, like you were just saying, which is a great segue, what is out there for these guys? Like, I'll be honest, we all know that women don't garner as much money and have as many places to go on the indie scene. Well,
that's so strange that you say that, because the average woman makes way more than the average man in wrestling.
Really?
Yes. Now, when you get to WWE...
Really?
Men are considered the draw, so they get paid more. But I would say the average indie woman worker could make a living very easily.
Sign me up.
So seriously, they if you were trained within a month, you'd be making more than me for sure. And I've been doing this 100%.
Why? Why is that?
Well, because there's lots of creeps that run shows, and so we trained this girl who's like 14 years old who gets flown down to Florida and gets paid all this money, put up in hotels. I get booked in Florida, but I got to drive down there. You know what I mean? Carpool the guys, 3 days to get there.
Pack your own food.
Right. You know what I mean? I got a cooler sitting next to me with fucking tuna sitting in it.
Tuna's good.
Not after the third date, eh?
Yeah, I was going to say, so many days in a row, no go.
But I'm just saying, so it's just funny. Yeah, girls typically get paid more. But I will say, onto your point, Mikey, that in these scenarios, it doesn't seem like the major companies, the New Japans and that, really crave going after the woman names that were released. They never seem to show up there. They never seem to pop up the way that like a Cody Rhodes or somebody would. So maybe it's time that changes. I'm sure somebody's bound to break that trend. But no matter what, if you're a woman and you market yourself, especially if you have any name value at all, you can make a living. How good of a living? I don't know.
Now, do you think it's like right off the bat, or is it you can maintain that money and everything as well?
It's really hard to say because I don't know what their contract is currently. But I would say the average indie worker without being in TV can make a living. The average woman worker, if she put in the effort, could make a living. Now, maybe not a great living, but she can make a living off solely pro wrestling. If you have name value, I think you could probably make decent pay.
Time to make this my side job.
You know, what'd you say?
I said time to make this my side job.
So I'm just saying, it is, as a woman worker, you have a lot more. Again, you're not competing with as many people. So there's only, in Michigan, there's
I guess that makes sense.
less than 10 women workers. You know what I mean? In one state. You know what I mean? And I'm sure other states have more than that, but there's literally less than 10 here, and probably 2 or 3 that are good or decent. And so compared to the literal 250 pro wrestlers that are men, that's just a huge difference in demand. And plus there's all these new just strictly women promotions that are popping up. They're copying the Shimmer kind of platform. So I mean, girls get paid pretty good. Plus there's all kinds of creepy fans that pay for pictures of their feet, and you can get weird shit with that. And you can make a lot of money doing weird shit.
But let's just talk the wrestling aspect.
But the wrestling aspect, you can make your money off that alone.
Yeah, everyone can make a little money from the crepes.
Yes, but in wrestling, there's people that go to the shows because they're weirdos, and
I know.
And I bet you do. No comment. All right, but yeah. So, anyways,
no comment.
And I will say, just in regards to the releases, I was surprised by the Summer Rae release. Not in the fact that I think she's so good or anything, but I don't feel like they've ever given her a real opportunity to be like, let's get rid of her.
Yeah, but at the same time, she's also been injury prone. Like there's been a couple injuries that she's had that's taken her away from whatever.
Maybe that's why.
Yeah, same with Darren Young. They would try to give him a push, and then he hurt his elbow and his neck again.
Though. He's just terrible. They've kept him around because I gotta be careful what I say there.
Because he's gay.
Right. Because they kept him around literally as like a mascot. Like,
He's
hey.
gay?
Yeah, Darren Young was the first outed professional
Wow.
wrestler.
Did not expect that one.
Well, he's gay, but it's like, okay, he's gay. I would have loved if they used that on TV, but I like that they didn't. I like that they didn't make him like some flamboyant gay or anything.
Like the Velveteen Dream.
Right. Like I was glad they didn't go there.
That's stupid gimmick.
But overall, he's an okay performer, but he can never get over. He's tried a million things, a million times. He had Bob Backlund with him, who was more over than he was. It's just the guy can't get over. Like, if he wasn't gay, he would have been gone 2 years ago.
I'm honestly thinking the same thing.
And I don't mean that in an offensive way. It's like they literally kept him around to like brag, hey, we get this openly gay guy on our roster. Look at us.
Wasn't that the one I called Apollo Crews?
No, that was Titus O'Neil. That was his former tag team partner. They don't all look the same, man.
I just couldn't remember who popped up because I thought I said the person with the old guy.
Darren Young.
Yeah, that's Darren Young.
You're getting him mixed up with
Titus O'Neil.
You're literally getting black guys mixed up again.
I couldn't remember who I got
again on this show.
The first time.
Smitty, are you hearing this shit?
Oh my god. It's not that. It was just I was curious who. But it was Darren Young that I was mistaken.
It's all the black guys that you're mistaken.
No, it's not all. Oh my god, I don't have a problem distinguishing them. It's just I didn't know their names back then.
Who would have thought Callie would have filled in for Smitty in the inappropriate department? He's gone for the week.
After last week with the low T comment and cancer, totally I would have.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's right. So I did make a comment. Well, he said about the whole WebMD, and I was like, oh no, you have cancer. Like, because that's the joke about WebMD. That's not bad. Everyone makes that fucking joke.
Okay, well, whoa, don't get so angry about that, but not be angry about the fact that you can't recognize black guys.
It's not that I
That's
can't.
funny to you. Listen, guys, it was a cancer joke. It was funny. I was trying to make a joke.
Cancer.
I don't know black people apart, though. Am I right?
That sounds so bad because I just got in debate recently.
What did you get in debate about?
I don't want to get into it. But
no,
I just,
get into it.
You mentioned it. Like, what do you mean?
Not with the intention of discussing it on here.
But you already did.
No, that's all I'm going to say about it. So, moving on.
You're really bad at this radio thing. Like, you just had a whole lead up for something and then didn't even.
No, it wasn't an intentional lead up.
But you did it, so you just got to go with it.
Do you have cancer? Do you have low T? Chris,
What?
do you have low T or cancer?
Neither, I believe. Thanks for the question.
Cool.
That was your lead-
You're the one that put it on Twitter for the record.
Hell yeah, I did. It was funny.
One person voted.
One fucking vote. You didn't even vote if you have low tier.
I didn't see it. Did you tag me?
No. Why should I tag you?
I thought you tagged him.
Yeah, well, how would I have seen it? All I see is Michael Scott quotes anymore.
Sorry, I didn't realize that you were following so many people on Twitter that your own podcast doesn't pop up.
It doesn't. Unless
That's
you guys
'cause you're
tag me
not
and stuff.
liking stuff enough then.
I literally only like and retweet anymore Michael Scott quotes from The Office. That's if you look at my Twitter, it's literally like Michael Scott, Michael Scott, Michael Scott, something wrestling, Michael Scott, Michael Scott, Michael Scott, and Instagram, which automatically posts there.
Right.
Michael Scott, Michael Scott. Like that's my
Michael Scott, Michael Scott, Michael Scott.
I only get your Instagram shit.
Michael Scott, us. Michael Scott.
see. I literally.
I don't see any of your Michael
Why
Scott
do you only
shit,
have
but
10 tweets?
I don't know.
you only have 10 tweets?
I don't know. Hey, I don't even pay attention to Twitter anymore. I'm out of the Twitter game. I
not
literally
post on
use it for
Instagram
Michael
either.
Scott quotes. Okay, I don't know if we've established that or not.
So what does he post on Twitter?
Literally, he has 10 tweets.
I just-
And
You
8
might-
of them are Michael Scott quotes.
Yeah.
Did you start a new Twitter?
No, it's the same Twitter. That's what blows my mind is you have posted a myriad of other things on Twitter.
Yeah, I could. They must have been all responses
I have no
to
idea.
something.
The most response I ever got on Twitter was recently, and that's because I didn't quote Michael Scott, but I posted that I only quote Michael Scott on Twitter, and it got like 1,000 retweets. That's the dumbest thing.
On Twitter, you said that?
Yeah,
No, you didn't.
yeah, I did. If it's gone, I don't know why.
So his tweets just disappear.
It's conspiracy.
Because it's really weird. Because I swear I've seen you tweet about things
Yeah.
that are not Michael Scott. Because I've never seen a single Michael Scott thing. So that's what's blowing my mind now.
Like, we have 3,200 tweets.
We have 3,200.
Go look at your Twitter, honestly, right
It says
now.
I have 10.
It says 10. You've only tweeted 10 times.
Hold on, let me look at this on the
Pretty
on the
sweet.
Twit app.
How's that sweet?
Pretty sweet. 8 of them are Michael Scott quotes. I don't know if you guys got it or not. I'm a big Michael Scott fan.
I'm not a fan of The American Office.
You know what? Go kill yourself.
Damn, dog.
You read those quotes, you will be, man.
Shit, dude.
Does it really only say 10?
Yeah.
It doesn't tell me 10 on here, which is weird, but definitely I've never seen a single one of these retweets.
Yeah, dog. You are literally at, here's your top. Scroll all the way down. There it is. You're done.
I don't know why that is.
When was the last time you were on Twitter?
I check it because I get like an ad or something every day. So like I get like notifications. So I check it like every day.
He tweets a tweet that like was posted 2 hours ago, so
That was a Michael Scott quote.
Yeah.
Legit.
I literally
that's
just...
a funny quote though.
They always are. It's why I only retweet the good ones.
You only tweet one specific Michael Scott.
Yeah. I like that one. It pretty much nailed his essence, so I'll go with that.
Someone has you on a list. You're on a list of independent wrestling by Spuds.
Okay, don't know what that is.
You've liked 147 things.
Okay.
The Eric Bischoff, when someone was like, why did Scott Hall never champion WCW? He's like, because he never won a world title match.
I posted that to our page.
Good. Yeah, it's so good.
I was like, Eric Bishop not giving a fuck, man.
Yeah, I saw that. So, yeah, someone asked Eric Bischoff, why was Scott Hall never champion in WCW? And Eric Bischoff just responded back on Twitter, because he never won a world title match. And it's like the most, you can't even argue this. He didn't say anything. We didn't think he would be able to hold it. We didn't know. He never won a world title match. Like,
yeah, I don't know. So anyways, I don't Twitter right. I don't tweet correctly.
Those are kind of funny. Some of them not so good. Some of them pretty good.
No, they're all really good. You
Okay.
just have half good taste.
Well, never mind.
Yeah.
Anywho,
So, now moving on. Let's talk
great idea.
the week in wrestling. Raw kicked off with Kurt Angle apologizing to everybody on the stage, and then Stephanie comes back and berates him a la Mick Foley.
So unique, so different.
Says-
This is must-see TV.
Says, "Oh, you need to hold up your end of the bargain, and you need to be the captain for the Survivor Series team." Then Bayley's supposed to be facing Alicia Fox right after that. Alicia Fox comes out in a captain's hat and captain's top and says she has to take her job seriously. That's what Stephanie said. So instead, she's going to be facing someone else, and Nia Jax returns. Nia Jax beats Bayley and gets added to the Raw Women's Survivor Series team. Right after that, all of a sudden, Samoa Joe's music hits, and Samoa Joe returns. And then he has to take on Darren Titus Cruz. That's what we're going to call him now for Callie. Darren
She won't know the
Titus
difference
Cruz.
anyway. That's why
Darren
she didn't
Ti-
respond. She's like, "That sounds good. That sounds right."
Sounds like we made it. We fought. Joe.
a new member of the New Day.
Wrong show.
Oh, that you know. She differentiates
She knows blue and red, not black and white.
Not black and what?
White.
White.
No, I'm just going to dig myself a deeper hole if I say anything to that.
Joe cuts a promo saying, sounds like they missed him. They were like, yeah. And Joe's like, well, fuck you. He didn't say that. He's like, I miss you. And goes heel again. And then squashes Apollo Crews. Miz comes out. He showed up late. Angle was all pissed off. So he put him in a IC title match against somebody and ended up being Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy hits a moonsault where it looked like he almost busted his head on the ring before he landed it. But he landed it. It was a good match. Miz retained his title. Asuka then comes out and defeats Jobber A. Her own little James Ellsworth. Girl by the name of Stacey Cullen. Then Daniel Bryan was backstage with Kurt Angle. And the lights went out before the commercial break. And
then Kane raped him.
And then, Kane just grabbed him and then beat his ass. Finn Balor comes out and defeats Cesaro in a match that should have been amazing. As Finn's walking up the stage, Kane comes out and beats his ass again because, oh boy, let's keep this one going. He then goes down to the ring and, whatever. Then there was a Halloween street fight, trick or street fight, where Heath Slater and Rhino went over on Tex and Chad Too Bad from Southpaw Regional Wrestling, also known as Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. Jason Jordan came out and attacked Elias after Elias was making fun of him for beating him with his guitar, and then Jason Jordan broke his other guitar. Kalisto then defeated the Gobbledygulak, which I put that on Twitter. And for everything in my power, I want somehow, some way, Gobbledygulak to show up around Thanksgiving. I just think it'd be perfect. Kalisto defeated Gulak. Raw Women's Champion Alexa Bliss then defeated Mickie James in another title defense against Mickie.
That was your main event.
And that was the main event. And as it was going off the air, Miz, who had tried to leave the show earlier, was told he had to stay, got into the limo, tried to leave, had to abruptly stop when I don't even remember them leaving. And then there was a trash truck in front of him, and then it backed up and emptied all the trash, and one of the worst reveals in my life happened.
I loved it.
Strowman just stood up in front of the limo. Raw afterwards, doors were locked the entire time. They couldn't get out. All of a sudden, when Strowman roared, the doors opened. Miz, Curtis Axel, and Bo Dallas, who returned as well from the mumps, take off running. Braun Strowman fucking vaulted that goddamn limo onto the thing and then just came out and just beat the fuck out of him. Destroyed Curtis Axel in a way to where he went face because the crowd was going, one more time, and he did it. Crowd, one more time, he did it again. We want tables. Took him up the stage to the table, threw him to the fucking announce table. Braun Strowman was as over as anything has ever been over in wrestling right then, right there. Let's kick off with the big one. Kurt Angle's back again. This time captaining the Survivor Series Team Raw.
Well, how'd you feel, Callie?
Why? Okay. Anyone else would have been better.
Anyone?
Yeah.
Give me someone.
Anyone.
Give me someone.
I don't care.
No?
I'm just saying, I'm literally saying anyone else on that fucking roster could have gone and I would have been happy.
You would have been
semi-happy. I would have been content. This isn't, like, Kurt Angle isn't even meh. It's like, what no.
You saying
They're gonna
Kurt
lose.
Angle's less than meh?
For team captain, yeah. I told you, I'm not,
Even though the storyline is building Raw versus SmackDown and the team captain for SmackDown is Shane?
I don't particularly care about Shane versus Kurt. Really don't. Sorry.
Damn.
Orlando?
I disagree.
That's fine.
No, I
I'm
still
gonna have the most unpopular opinion.
I still, besides the not knowing Blackpool thing, I think you're already the most unpopular person on the show right now. But the Kurt Angle thing,
Yeah, I can tell. Don't do that.
But I think the Kurt Angle thing isn't helping your cause any. Anyways, all right, don't mute it. Calm down, little power troll over there.
Right?
I'm just saying, Mikey's done it to me, so it's just really nice to actually like press the button and he just. Anyway, continue.
All right. So before my racist colleague interrupted me,
I'm not racist.
So all
you
racists
probably
say.
just hate Kurt because he's too tan. Anyway.
It's way too dark for me. He's darker
right.
than his son.
Okay. That's why she doesn't like Kurt.
He is darker than his son. Let's be honest. Kurt Angle is darker than Jason Jordan.
Okay. All right.
She's gonna look him
Anyways. So, like, I get it. It makes sense. There's nostalgia there between him and Shane. Mm-hmm. I have said repeatedly on the show, I hate the fact that Shane is presented like he can compete with these main event talents. Likewise, I think Kurt deserves a better thing to inject himself in. I think they've already kind of wasted a little bit. They can kind of save it, but by throwing him in their Survivor Series, they're really just killing any momentum of him doing like this little comeback, which is it's a shame because like you could have done something so cool, had him come out of fucking nowhere and challenge somebody, and it would have been like Kurt Angle's fucking back and he's ready to go. Instead, they've done this. Hey, we don't have anybody. We need you, Kurt. Hey, you already wrestled once. Let's throw you in here now, Kurt. And it's such a shame. I want to see better for him. This one does make sense, like you were saying.
Right.
Captain Raw, Captain SmackDown. There is nostalgia there, like I just said, between him and Shane.
The King of the Ring match was nuts.
Right. So I think it's better than the Shield one, for sure. 100%. I think we're going to see him get his own entrance, which is going to be cool. And not come out like, the sympathy member of the Shield. Okay?
I have a feeling, my thought process on this is, I agree. I think this is an okay thing. It makes sense. I have a strong feeling that this was supposed to be his first match back. Was going to be Survivor Series. I feel like that plan wasn't thrown off. This was not anything that was written because of the whole viral outbreak and stuff. I really think that they said Kurt's first match is going to be back at Survivor Series. But because the mumps, they had to jump it to TLC. And I think had this actually been, if that announcement happened last week, on Monday, as literally the first time Kurt Angle was going to show up in the ring, it'd be a huge difference of opinion. I honestly think it'd be a 180 for a lot of people.
Yeah, I think that's a valid opinion. I still would have liked to see him do something more prolific than that, but still, even that said,
getting him into the ring shape, understanding, you know, getting him, making sure he's protected in a tag match. He doesn't have to be out there all of the time.
That said, I still think, you know, this one makes a lot more sense than the last one. I think every point you just said is valid. All that makes sense. Which brings me to the other side of that promo. Stephanie McMahon doing the same shit as Stephanie McMahon does, and the exact same story that was boring and nobody gave a fuck about last time, and yet they're doing it again as if it's going to be better. Now, they literally just did this, how long ago was Mick? 8 months ago, 6 months ago?
Yeah, not even that much.
Whatever it was, they just did this exact... So let me get this straight. She hires these people.
Vince hired Kurt.
Okay. Whoever, she hired Mick. She hired, I don't know. I don't understand.
She hired Mick.
She literally never likes anybody that runs the show. Okay. You have the power to book the matches yourself. So then you would just do it at that point. Like, I don't understand why they think we care about her doing this. Like, what is this supposed to do? What is her be? I understand story-wise they probably want to get Kurt out of that role to move him forward. But you're telling me you can't think of anything other than the thing you just did 6 months ago. There's literally no other thing.
Right. I agree.
It's because Stephanie isn't relevant unless she's just being a psychotic bitch that just doesn't like anything. And she wants to stay within the company and on camera, so they ever play this little role, and she gets her little every couple months, you know, twice a year. I know.
It's the same.
But it's the only thing she's good at.
No, it's not the only thing she's good at.
No, she is, man.
I think she can talk better than almost every woman on the roster. But the fact that they're telling her to say the same shit she said before, fuck off, dude. Like, we didn't care before.
Yeah,
we don't care now.
Why does his job have to depend on it? Why can't you just be mad that he let things happen and not all of a sudden now it has to be a firing angle? You know, like I get her being upset. That makes sense because they had just announced the Raw 25 thing in New York. She had literally just went out there and said, you just let the SmackDown roster come in here and decimate you. What the hell? You're allowed to be mad about that. That makes sense. That's a good part of the promo. But to berate him like he's done nothing right and his job depends on this Survivor Series match is dumb, and we saw it at WrestleMania. Was it Mania? The Mick Foley match?
I don't remember, but it just fucking happened.
Right.
And the reason why we don't remember exactly when it was because it sucked then. It sucks now. It's fucking garbage filler shit that they've already written, and they're literally refeeding it to you in the same year. I don't know about you, but I don't like eating the same thing from 8 months ago. You know what I mean?
It's kind of gross because it's 8 months old.
Right. And we didn't like it then.
Yeah.
So why are you giving it to me now?
Yeah.
Terrible. It's honestly terrible.
There was definitely no reason for it to go as far as it did. Could be so much more than what they're doing right now with it, which sucks. Fucking sucks. Fucking sucks.
Fuckity fuck.
Fuckity fuck. I do enjoy Asuka on the jobber. I think, personally, I think it helped her. After the two matches, I think what you need to do now is show her as a dominant force like you wanted her to. Like, she should have, at least in the second match with Emma, if you weren't going to do it in the first.
I was fine with that, but I'm just waiting to see what they do when they put her in there with another roster, someone that's already on the roster again. If they want to squash jobbers, that's fine. But I want to see what she does if they put her in there, you know, with, say, I don't know, fucking, what's a girl on Raw?
Nikki?
Yeah. Is she going to run through her? Is she going to have another competitive, quote-unquote, match?
Nikki's not on Raw.
Mickey?
Oh, Mickey. Sorry.
Anyways.
It's one letter. Well, a couple, but how she spells it. Just kidding.
Man, you are so hated on this episode.
Smitty's not here, and she's taking all the brunt of it.
That's pretty normal. You pick on the minorities.
I don't see Asuka showing up, man, in anything but I think the women are gonna go. I think the women are gonna go over the SmackDown women because of Asuka. We haven't seen. I mean, who else you're gonna get on there?
You know, I have to think about all the matches before I throw out a pick like that. But But I will say, it's fine for her. I thought it was fine. It was a fine segment. It wasn't great. It's kind of baffling that they did that now after she just had these competitive matches, but wasn't terrible. I do think it showcased, what she can do. It was a fine segment. It wasn't bad. It wasn't good. It was fine. That was acceptable TV.
So your Raw women that can be involved in this match, because obviously the champ is taking on the champ. So Alexa's booked. Alicia's the captain. Nia's already on the team. So you got Asuka. You then have Dana Brooke, Bailey, who lost, but never know. Mickey James, Sasha. There you go.
The problem is, though, when it comes to you could say the whole roster, but especially the women, there's no consistency. So you don't know who they're going to make look strong in that match. Next thing you know, Tamina could be on SmackDown team. She's running through everybody until she gets to Nia. You don't know what they're going to fucking do because they're so ridiculous with the way they book the fucking women.
Yeah, but again, dude, so outside of the three that are already on there and Alexa, 1, 2, 3, 4. Paige could make a return at this, but I heard she was coming back for the blue brand. But Paige is apparently on the Raw roster. I forgot. And Sasha. I think this is... it's you got to make her look good. And this could make her look... Let's say do something similar to Dolph Ziggler. And that they brought up when he single-handedly defeated the Authority. Imagine if it's Asuka left and she has 3 women to take on from SmackDown.
Sure, maybe. But I really think you're probably giving them more credit. I really don't think they think of her as just another woman, I think. I don't think they're thinking of her as anything special yet. If they are, they haven't shown it in the booking. So I don't, especially with the release of Emma, we've already talked about it, but the way they're using her, again, it seems like it's early, so it's recoverable, but it seems like the ball is already slipping out their hands.
Right.
So I don't know if I'm going to put as much faith into them pulling it in and getting that touchdown there. I think they might drop that one. That might be a drop pass.
It might be an Eric Ebron pass.
Right.
There's been a little bit of rumors going on about Gallows and Anderson possibly being the next ones released, especially after that match.
Let's talk about that fucking goofy, stupid match. I think they're entertaining when they're silly. And I love, Rhino and Heath, but they've done nothing. So why would they win? I don't get it, dude. They're booking so stupid. There's no consistency. Never mind. Not even just to the women. There's just none. It's dumb. That made no sense.
I thought their costumes were on point.
Yeah, they were.
They were definitely 100%.
Scares me the way that Rhino rocked that costume.
They both, Gallows and Anderson, have nothing about WWE and their Twitter bios anymore. That's what people were mentioning.
Shame.
Right, and they took their logos off their jackets or something, I heard. I don't know if that's true. Someone look that up and verify that. I heard they took off their WWE logos from their jackets.
What jackets?
I don't know. They're Bullet Club jackets. So they took all the stuff that says Bullet Club. It also had WWE logos or some shit. They took them off. Whatever the fuck that means.
Luke Gallows still has
whatever that fucking means. That's what I heard. I don't know if that's even true. So,
they're not getting anything on WWE. So why not?
And it sucks is you want to see them used better or whatever, but
right.
But they also, I don't know if they're as good on WWE programming. In Japan, you can get by with just wrestling. In WWE, you kind of have to be a little more than that. And I think they've shown that they can be silly, but have they shown that they can be serious, badass characters on TV? I don't buy that. You know what I mean? They don't seem like they come across to me. They don't come across like the APA, that's for sure. You know what I mean? They don't come across as an old tag team that would just run through motherfuckers.
Yeah.
So I don't know, character-wise, if they have what it takes to be, at least currently, to be top of the tag division on either show. I would say the Usos are heads above them character-wise. Mm-hmm. I would say New Day is heads above them. Even Fashion Police are heads above them, entertaining. You know what I mean? As characters. So you have to have everything. You know, you can't just be one thing. And I don't know if maybe Japan is the best option for them. I don't know. But I think they haven't really been successful, and I don't just blame booking on their end. I think they have not been particularly successful. I don't think they come across as memorable characters on the show.
I wonder how they would be in ROH.
They'd be perfect there. ROH, you know, it's all about the wrestling, and, you know, there's very few guys who can cut promos in ROH. They would be perfect for that type of environment. I just think of Dirty's culture, their environment, you have to be a character too. And I don't see, when you watch wrestling, have you ever closed the show going, man, I want to see more of those guys? Never. Since they've been on TV. I've never been, when
I first started off, yes, I was intrigued.
Okay.
But a lot intrigued me back then.
Yeah.
A lot intrigues me now.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think they come across as very memorable on WTV. And that's okay. You know, right now they're at the spot where I don't think they should be losing to Rhino and Heath randomly. I don't think they're that low in the card, but to me, they're the mid card of the tag division.
Do you think that was more saved because they were their characters?
Yeah,
Tex and
I think that's
and
exactly what they were thinking, but I think that's dumb to present it that way because they'd still be equally as talented in the ring if you're watching this from trying to make any sense of this. Mm-hmm. But you're telling me they dress as these characters and all of a sudden they're terrible in the ring? Like, no, it just, maybe they were taking it too, you know, jokingly, and that's why they lost. It was dumb. It was fucking dumb. Either way, those guys, that segment was fine. It was kind of dumb. It's just another example of no consistency with the booking.
Yeah. Samoa Joe made his return with that promo, obviously, and then squashed Apollo Crews, threw his gum at Titus O'Neil, and Titus O'Neil had some... Titus O'Neil didn't like it. We'll put it like that. So after Samoa Joe made Apollo Crews tap out, Titus O'Neil came in, took off his jacket, made it look like he was going to fight Samoa Joe, and Samoa Joe made it look like he was going to back off. Titus turns his back. Samoa walks up and just gets the coquina clutch in on Titus O'Neil, kind of setting up, obviously, next week you're going to see Titus O'Neil versus Samoa Joe.
Obviously. Against Mojo?
Yeah, Titus O'Neil, Samoa Joe.
Oh, Samoa Joe. I thought you said Mojo, and I was like...
Yeah, Mojo Rawley. Yeah, he's coming over from SmackDown.
I was like, the fuck?
He's definitely coming over from SmackDown. What did you think about that return?
Of Mojo?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm always happy to see him back. I enjoy his entrance music, so.
Samoa Joe's just an entrance, so he should be feuding with Dolph Ziggler next?
Yeah. No, that'd be fucking horrible.
That'd be so bad.
Okay.
What did you feel? How did you feel about Samoa Joe's return, Orlando?
I liked the promo. I mean, it was kind of typical heel 101, but it was good. I did not enjoy the match afterwards. I thought that was stupid. There was no point for that. Why would Apollo Crews randomly come out? It makes no fucking sense.
It wasn't. He didn't call anybody out. It was obviously a scheduled match.
Yeah, but that was dumb. Why would he kind of? I don't understand that from a booking standpoint either. Why he would face Apollo, and I sure as hell hope he's not going to feud with them going forward.
I heard he's going to be a part of the Survivor Series team,
which is fine. Yeah, if he's just going to run through them and then whatever, and then join the Survivor Series, that's fine. But overall, that segment was fine. I just don't get why Apollo Crews would come out and face Samoa Joe.
For shits and giggles.
Yeah.
Joe has been set to be back. I mean, he could have returned last week, obviously, from what I've heard and read on all of the sheets that are dirty. Dirt sheets. And obviously they had to wait for a spot for him, and this was the spot that they had him. As far as reintroduction, I'm okay with Apollo Crews because everyone else is kind of in an angle. You know?
He didn't need a match, though. That's my thing. Is like, you just have him cut the fucking promo, and fucking that's it. Or have him destroy them, and then cut his fucking promo. I don't fucking know. I didn't want to see him in a match that night. There's no need for it. Especially with Apollo. Who the fuck's... And I will say, I did not enjoy their match because... after the match, Samoa Joe looked really strong, but during the match, they wrestled at 50-50. No fucking way does they go 50-50 Apollo Crews versus Samoa Joe. Apollo got way too much in on Joe. If you're having to come back and you want to present him as this guy who's going to fucking, maybe not as Strowman Kane strong,
right,
but who's decently strong, like you don't have him, you don't let Apollo get that much offense on you. Not that night. That's not the night for it.
Not his return.
No. So I didn't like that part. Afterwards, he looked pretty strong. He beat him up, then he beat up fucking, the whole thing. That was fine. So overall, the segment was fine. I liked seeing Joe back. I thought the promo was good. Not great, but good.
Miz was obviously the star of Raw, period. There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. His segment for arriving, trying to leave early, then the leaving, and then the return of Strowman, what the trash inside of the locker room and things like that. I like the fact that Miz is such an integral part to Raw. I think it makes a lot of sense. He is one of your top heels in the company. He's definitely the top heel on Raw. I don't see anybody in a higher heel position than him, even in the women.
Yeah, no, he's such, and we've said it before on the show, but he's such a natural heel. Like, we appreciate good heels, so normally we end up liking them. But, like, we like Miz, but we still dislike him and want to boo him. You know what I mean? We're still like, I still think you're a slimy fuck.
Piece of shit.
And there's few guys that really have that reaction. We know.
Yeah, like, I want to love him so much, and I'm just like, you're like an asshole that I just want to, like, just scream at you. Right, but I really like watching you.
Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, he's
good.
He's a legitimate heel in today's wrestling business, and
he's good with social media as well.
Yeah,
and I think that really just helps his overall.
Was it this week that he cut that?
Yeah, with Baron and
we're gonna get into that as
that was. Did you see Baron's response?
Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Okay.
Shortly. But yeah, that's how you take it because Baron kicked it off, then Miz, then Baron. Staying on Raw, though, Finn Balor defeated Cesaro in a match. And again, as they're, he looked strong. And that was weird because they just destroyed him the week before. And then right after he looked strong again, just like the week before, after a decent match, Kane comes out and you go, what the fuck are you even out here for? And then he tombstoned Balor.
Yep, and then Kane immediately after that wrestled Rollins, right?
Yep.
And did that such a great
tombstone.
Yeah.
I don't. It was funny because even last week one of us mentioned it. Like, why not have him wrestle Rollins and Ambrose? It was you. It was Orlando. It's like they just went through. Strowman just went through them. Why not have him do that instead of going through Balor? And
instead, they did both.
Right.
And Daniel Bryan all on the same night. It was a little over Kane. I get it's Halloween. You know what I mean? I was a little over Kane.
Yeah, I just don't get
the Balor one. I don't get it, especially Balor. Again, it makes no sense based on the way they booked him. He just beat AJ at the pay-per-view. Then comes off, gets squashed. Essentially, it wasn't a real squash, but it was a squash. Gets destroyed at least, and then this week gets destroyed again by Kane. So what? Then he's gonna have to put on the paint to face Kane. Is that?
Eventually, you got to make Finn Balor, the man, look strong.
Is it the reason that they chose Balor to go against Kane just because Kane's getting old, not as good, and Balor's small and lighter than the rest of the fucking roster?
I don't know. I think they just said, hey, they both call themselves demons.
Let's put them up.
Yeah, I really think that was a
demon
simple...
versus big demon.
I don't know.
But last week, he mentioned he's the monster.
Probably to differentiate the fact that they're calling Finn Balor, whatever, the demon.
But then I thought Braun Strowman was...
Yeah, but Braun Strowman's the monster, so now it's not even a Kane and Braun... Yeah, it's not even a Kane and Braun Strowman program right now. It's a Braun Strowman and Miz program. And Kane is just fucking up Finn Balor.
Right, and Finn Balor's feuding with Kane, although he's supposed to be feuding. Yeah, it's strange. I don't get it. We talked about it last week. It's the same thing. That was unnecessary. If he had come out and had the same match. Because Finn, to my surprise, the crowd was still really behind him when he came out versus Cesaro.
Really?
I thought they were
When he came out or during the match? Because I
During the
thought that
match.
match was flat.
Yeah, I just thought I was surprised that the crowd was still behind him at all, considering the fact that he just destroyed, and they're killing his momentum. So and the crowd was still with him. And I was like, okay, well they can kind of salvage it. And then after the match, he got killed again. I was like, all right, never mind.
Bye.
Why bother? I guess he's only going to be over when he wears paint now. So that's the way you're booking him. He's only going to be good, and he can only be over with the crowd when he wears paint because you're going to kill his momentum as regular Finn.
Because in NXT, what it was is Finn was a fucking beast. He could go, he would win these matches, he would win over and over again. Again, like I said, Joe couldn't beat him no matter what. The only Joe got the win over him when he wasn't on a house show, wasn't the Demon. But he brought the Demon out because he wanted to go to that next level in some of the matches. You know, and obviously NXT only has the 4 pay-per-views. So again, you only saw that Demon character 4 times a year. Any takeovers when Finn the Demon came out. But when Finn wrestled on NXT, it was always Finn. And he always looked strong, and they always booked him well. And WWE is just making him look as weak as fucking possible every week without paint. It's like the only thing he's good at is when he has the paint on.
Right.
I agree. And it's not
Which is
how you
a
want to
shame.
build him.
Right, and I mean we've talked about the booking of the paint anyways and how that can be an issue, but I think now they're booking themselves in a corner where it's like he has to wear the paint to even be somewhat good. Otherwise, he's just a guy who gets destroyed by Kane.
Or anybody. Because it's not like he was the best over fucking Bray Wyatt. He jobbed Bray Wyatt the first time when he didn't have paint. The second time. The first time he beat him because he had he had his Demon. Second time he lost. Bray talked shit. Then it was going to be the Demon versus the lady.
Lady man.
Wrestling 2017. What the hell is going on?
You know, for as good as they have really amazing special effect makeup artists out there.
Yeah.
And that's the best they could fucking do.
I know. It's unreal.
I could do better.
Snapchat does better.
Yeah. Right. That's true.
Like-
Fuck, I can't even. You're right, man.
Like
Snapchat got those good filters. Am I right, y'all?
Snapchat is my life.
it's crazy, man. It just doesn't make any sense. Finally, the final thing to talk about on Raw. I love Alicia Fox, dude. Her getting her, because Nia stepped away and her getting Nia's spot, she has taken that ball and ran with it. Coming out and with the mic going, apparently this is your captain speaking. You know, just, she's funny and it works and she's still crazy and she's still nuts, but she's entertaining. And it's something that
I buy her as crazier than Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, for sure.
Isn't that ridiculous?
So true. Yeah, but I mean, she's like, whoo.
Right.
Are you sure you know who Alicia Fox is? It's not Darren Young. It's like, I mean,
You mean it's not Sasha?
no, it's not any of them. I just don't want you to confuse any of them. You know? But to be fair, in the battle of the foreheads, whose is bigger, Sasha or Alicia Fox's?
Sasha's.
Sasha's.
Really?
Sasha's got a weave covering half of hers.
So does Alicia Fox.
I don't know, man.
Now, I'm looking at Alicia Fox's forehead right now, and it looks pretty fine.
What's up? How you doing?
No,
You got that good forehead.
How you
Dude, fucking Nia Jax's forehead is bigger than Alicia's.
Everything on Nia Jax is probably bigger. We're being technical.
Yeah, this is we're just talking technicalities here. That's all we're talking.
Hey, man. Anywho.
Yeah,
I like Nia. Anyways.
I love Nia.
But Alicia Fox has done well. She's entertaining. I don't think she should be the captain, but I did think that was entertaining. The match itself, can we between Mickey and
Good fucking God.
Mickey and
Alexa, why the fuck did the match end that way?
With,
Slap?
No, she punched her. It was a knockout punch.
Oh, I thought it was a slap. I was like,
No, it was a punch.
So she just punched her and won.
Yeah.
So you're telling me the smallest girl on the roster punches people and knocks them out the way Big Show does? Okay.
fuck
But
yeah.
to be
Well,
fair,
Miss Bliss.
it
Bliss
was
Bassett.
stated right after it. And it's very true. Very fucking true. If you hit anybody in the right spot with a good punch, it will knock them out.
Sure. But let's not start trying to get that psychology over with Alexa. You know what I mean?
Hey. Okay.
Let's start somewhere.
But again, it would, and they said it was they even made it 100%
I know, because they were trying to.
They had to.
But I'm just saying that was a dumb finish. I get it. I like it psychology-wise. That if you want to put over a punch, that's fine. You're going to tell me punches, a punch from Alexa knocks people out, but these super kicks from the Usos don't, and all these other...
It's just a super kick.
Really? Let me kick you right in the jaw, and then let me punch you in the jaw. Let's see who does more damage.
I think you're nitpicking here, and here's why I think you're nitpicking. Because it's not a consistent thing. If next week she hits someone with a punch and they get knocked out, yeah, your point I will 100% agree with. But if this is one in a million
this
shot. Is a one-time thing since Alexa's been on the roster, and I mean the roster, so I'm talking NXT, SmackDown, and Raw. They're giving it one. If any fucking inkling of another punch does this again, I will 100% agree with you.
Okay, but my thing is, I'm okay with the punch winning the match. So you guys, I don't have a problem with that. I have a problem if you're going to start trying to tell that story with Alexa.
Right.
Because I've seen a lot bigger people throw punches, and there's a reason why they have weight divisions in boxing. Okay, because the heavyweights throw a lot harder.
Consistently they're going to be throwing those really heavy punches.
But you're telling me one of these big heavyweights for over all these years hasn't knocked somebody out, but Alexa, the one time, does. And you see no problem with the fact that everyone else
knocked out their opponents before.
Big Show. That's it. No one else.
We're talking that. We're talking WWE.
But that's a consistent thing. I will totally buy a one-time pop on Mickie James after all the times that they have fought, after all the people Alexa fought.
I buy that too. What I'm saying is,
don't continue it.
No, how can you buy that from? Okay,
because he's saying for how small
what it's doing
she
is killing the rest of any single other person that threw a punch. Because you're telling me everyone else that threw a punch doesn't have the power behind it.
Because it was a 1 in a million punch.
Listen to me. Everyone else is throwing... Triple H is throwing a million punches in matches. He's never knocked somebody out with one.
Yeah.
Because maybe that's never been his intent.
What are you saying now? Now you're just speaking nonsense. Okay. That's not his intent to knock somebody out and win the match?
Not necessarily in that way.
I'm saying I will buy one random punch. I will buy one random punch.
It doesn't matter from who.
From anybody to anybody.
Sure.
If it never happens again.
I'm okay with it happening again. I'm okay with a punch winning matches. But I'm telling you, you've told me for 25 years now, the only person who knocks somebody out with a punch on TV is Brock Lesnar, who beat the shit out of Randy Orton in Big Show. Now you're telling me the third person to do it is Alexa Bliss.
So okay, let me ask you something. When you've thrown a punch in a match, yeah?
Yeah. I've never knocked somebody out with it.
Okay, but are you doing it with all your might? Like with every bit of anger, every bit of force, every bit of yourself? Are you throwing?
No, because it's fake. Every punch is fake in wrestling. What are you saying?
The point you're making,
But did I wind up and have the intention behind it? Like I really threw it as hard as I could? Yes. And I guarantee you, if somebody openly took a real punch from me, I could probably knock them out.
Some people don't knock out easily. Some people do. I'm serious.
That's true too.
I'm sorry. I've had these conversations with someone who fights for a living.
But I just think the problem here is not that she's won with the punch. Anybody can win with the punch. But the problem is you've had 20 years of programming telling me that none of these big...
So here's your your super unique thing that WWE is doing.
There's no way I can buy Alexa being the one person that can knock people out, and you're telling me Jinder Mahal can't. You're telling me all these big...
I'm sorry, if Smitty pisses me off 5 more million times, one day I'm just going to knock him the fuck out.
Which is fine. I would love to see that. However, I want to see you beat up black people. I do. I promise.
No, that's not... No. Oh my God.
I promise I do. But I'm telling you, no matter how hard you hit Smitty, no matter how hard, and let's say you knock his ass out, okay? I guarantee
the likelihood of me doing it again is not.
I guarantee you, though, I can swing and hit harder, and I can knock somebody out probably more often.
Yeah, but that's the point. Is I would never do it again.
Right. I'm not saying I have a problem. I'm saying you're telling me all these years of these other guys throwing punches, they never knock anybody out.
Because that's just how they didn't want to build the storyline of the fight.
Right, but it makes no sense that the one person is the tiniest girl on the roster to knock somebody out, and all these big jacked monsters who throw punches all the time never knock anybody out with them.
Because I
here's
think you
Alexa.
just-
Here's Alexa Bliss's post-match comments that they had on WWE.com, which is apparently the rudest victory speech of all time. After this ad, after this payday bar ad that I had, I apparently hit a minute. I hit
Sponsor and BDR.
yeah. You guys should sponsor us. That'd be sweet.
Do you want this?
Sure. Turn off the one all the way on the right. I need that though.
Again, she's still working the soundboard. She's learning as she goes.
Nope. Hand me that.
It doesn't go far.
All right. Fuck it.
You're holding it.
You have successfully defended the Raw Women's Championship for the second time against Mickie James. When do you think she's going to give up on her quest for the title and realize, as well you put it, her time has passed?
I don't know, maybe it's her age because she's so old and crazy and doesn't realize this isn't 2007 anymore. I'm going to say this really loud and clear for Mickie. Mickie, give up, you're old.
That's the rudest.
That's the rudest, huh?
That's what they're saying. Alexa Bliss delivers the rudest victory speech after Raw. That could also play into the punch. She's older. She's more brittle.
Oh, yeah, good point.
The Undertaker could barely stand up and move around at Mania. Roman
That's the
Reigns'
Undertaker.
Superman punch wasn't knocking his ass out. Get the fuck out of here with this. You guys cannot sell me on this. Listen, I'm okay with the punch winning the match. I'm okay with Alexa Bliss winning with a punch.
No, you're
But
not.
yes, I am.
That's what you're bitching about.
I'm bitching about it because there's been 20 years of programming telling me that punches in pro wrestling don't knock people out. And you're telling me of all people that's going to have a knockout punch, it's her. That's what I have a problem with. If you want to start telling me that punches can knock people out and this is the start of a new thing where punches start knocking people out in wrestling, okay, I can roll with that. I don't think that's what they're going to do, and I think this is a one-time thing, and then I have more of an issue with it because it was Alexa.
How many punches have knocked people out in MMA?
A lot.
But I mean,
Good amount.
A lot. Punches do a lot of damage.
Fuck yeah.
straight up floored them. Done.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Punches happen.
I
yeah.
could pull up about 10 videos right now for you.
Okay. Now, that's MMA, right?
Right.
So in MMA, it
Your
constantly
goal
happens.
is to knock them out. In MMA. Well,
I know what I'm saying. In MMA, the art of the knockout happens quite often. In pro wrestling, it doesn't. It is reserved for, like you said, 2 people.
Right. And
Okay,
now three.
hold on. No, not a third. Because there's been other times that people have won with a punch, dude.
Name them.
But not as a finishing move.
Ronnie Garvin, back in the 80s. Okay. I'm a wrestling historian. I'll tell you. Ronnie Garvin. Okay. He did a whole thing where he was knocking people out. Punches. There's very few people in the modern era that have won with a punch. Big Show is literally the only one that I can think of off the top of my head. Unless it was a brass knuckles punch or something special. Punches that haven't knocked anybody out for 20 fucking years in this business. And that's okay. That's okay if you want to tell me punches start knocking people out because that's believable. I'm okay with that. But you can't start at the bottom with the weakest girl and tell me she's going to knock people out. She is. She's the smallest
How
one.
is she the weakest girl?
she is not the
strength.
weak.
One, she was a bodybuilder for years before coming to wrestling.
Yes.
No,
Dude, she could knock
she was
out
a
Alicia.
fitness model, not a bodybuilder.
Okay,
a bodybuilding woman looks very different.
All right, I'll give you. But
Okay, fitness is different. Being in shape, is about losing fat content. Okay, bodybuilding is about building up muscle content.
all right.
Okay, now what I'm saying to you is she's very tiny compared to the rest of the women. She's tiny even for a woman.
She's short. She's 5
Right.
foot.
Yeah. And I'm not saying a 5-foot woman can't knock somebody out. Of course they can. But the likelihood of her knocking somebody out over a Jinder Mahal or somebody that's big and jacked, I have a little problem with the psychology there. Man, we are sidetracking the shit. out of this.
We're talking about
because
I honestly, I think you're wrong.
I think you guys are way off. I think 20 years of wrestling, you tell me none of these big guys can knock people out, but she can.
because I don't.
Yeah, I'm telling you that, and I'm telling you that because
That makes no sense.
no, it does. If it's the one random time, dude,
One random time, Jinder Mahal can't knock somebody out, but every
he
Triple
hasn't
H
hit the
can't.
right spot. It
Right,
hasn't hit the right spot.
No, so Triple H in 20 fights and 20 years of fighting
Now you're
hasn't
pushing that.
20 years hasn't hit somebody in the right spot with the punch. Big ass Triple H. But Alexa Bliss just won. I'm okay with Alexa doing it. I have a problem with her being the only one to do it. There's no way she can knock people out and other people can't. That's
this
what I'm
is
saying.
literally, to me, what this is you just trying to find
No, I thought it was dumb when I seen it. I was like, I don't get it. Why that would happen? Why she of all people? If you're gonna tell me punches can knock out people, that's fine. And then anybody can do it. That's fine. I like that. It makes matches more predictable. I think there's a way you can present that and you can move forward with it. But you can't tell me that she's the only one in 25 years that can fucking do this. Her and the Big Show and Brock Lesnar. You can't tell me those are the only 3 people that can knock people out with a punch. You've had many people that are Golden Gloves boxers and all these people come in. They haven't knocked people out with the pro wrestling punch, but Alexa Bliss can. Okay. If Alexa Bliss can, then so can they. So can everybody else on the roster.
I don't. It's not that I don't think that Jinder Mahal could knock someone out. I'm sure as shit he could. But when they're getting in the ring, they're wrestling. It's not just punch.
See, I think you have.
Not wrestling.
I'm gonna tell you this. I 100% have seen a punch land and both guys fall because of exhaustion or whatever, and not move for over 3 seconds. And
Steve
if someone
Austin was a brawler. He didn't knock anybody out with a punch.
again, I've seen him connect with somebody, and both men lay there knocked out because he was just too exhausted to roll over and get a 3 count cover right then.
I don't know what match you're referring to, but I'm just saying in general.
Dude, that's a spot in a lot of
if
matches.
If you're going to a punch where they fall down, no, it's not.
Dude, there's a spot where there's a double clothesline and both guys lay on the ground for over 3 seconds.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's called a double down.
But
okay.
What I'm saying is they don't roll over to take it. One of them doesn't roll over to take advantage of a 3 count. That's all they need.
That's not a knockout. That's different. An exhaustion where you're both down and breathing and working up. A double down is not both of you being knocked out.
But what I'm saying is if one person put their arm on the other person, it'd be a 3 count because the other person was also if the one person landed where anything was on top of the other person. That double down, as it's called, would have been a pin because the person wasn't or landed right or wasn't exhausted enough. But that's what I'm saying.
Depends on each situation.
So
However,
we've seen it.
Let me. This is the psychology that you're telling me. Okay, so you're telling me that a punch from Alexa, given the right punch at the right time, can knock anybody out.
I'm telling
or
you,
can knock at least Mickie James out.
Right.
Okay, I'm fine with that logic. The problem is then you have to tell me that other guys can have that logic too, and that they need to start adding that to their matches, and that needs to become a regular thing now because there's a lot of people that are going to throw a lot harder punches, theoretically, even in the fake world of wrestling, theoretically would throw a lot harder punches and be able to knock a lot more people out than that. It's not that I have a problem with her doing it. I have a problem with only her doing it. Okay, there's the difference. It's not her doing it. That's fine. It's the fact that only she's doing it.
I think, again, the whole problem is being it that it's a 1 in a million shot, which is what they sold it as.
But you're telling me in 20 years there hasn't been another one?
1 in a million,
Yeah, but
dude.
that's women versus men also. You can't cross over.
Okay, even women matches.
Again,
But even more so, they're really... I'm not going to bring up my point because you guys are just... I'm not going to be able to continue it, but...
Why is
We're
it
just
something
gonna
about how you hate black people again?
No, it's just... I was starting to make a point, and you're like, no, not at all, and that wasn't the point I was trying to make. So, let's just all say we can just all agree to disagree, because y'all both are just pretty much saying the same fucking thing over and over, and neither one of you is seeing the other side at all.
no, I totally see his side.
I see his side too. I'm just saying it can't be just her.
And then to which he goes, well, no, blah, 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 blah. And you just guys go back and forth. So
But
you
see,
aren't
I'm
really...
saying it can be just her.
But you're not...
It can't be. It doesn't make any sense for it to be just her.
Okay.
20 years of wrestling, thousands of matches. It makes no sense.
Has there been another woman who's knocked anyone out with a punch?
I don't know. There shouldn't have been. If there is, it has to be someone a lot bigger than Alexa. You tell me Chyna's big ass didn't knock anybody out with a punch? She used to throw his big ass forearm. She didn't knock anybody out?
Yeah, she didn't punch people.
Yeah, she didn't know how to throw a punch. Punches are hard. Pro wrestling punch is hard.
We know.
but either way, I just think that's it's okay for her to do that. It's okay for anybody to do that. But there needs to be more of it around the board, across from everybody. If she can do it, there's no fucking reason why Jinder's big ass ain't winning with a fucking punch. Or there ain't some big heavyweight working with one of the cruiserweights just punches his ass and beats him.
Again, like it's where I agree that we're going to have to agree to disagree, because the simple and plain thing is there's been many of fights that nobody's won with a knockout punch, including in MMA, even though they've tried to throw it.
Okay, I agree, but you're telling me in thousands of fights there would be more than just this one. If this is the simulation of a real fight, there would have to be more knockouts.
Right. But there hasn't.
Right. That's the problem. This can't be the only one.
Okay, but I'm sorry, there has. And like you have said, Lesnar's done it, Show's done it. That's their finishing move.
Right.
No one else can do it because you're infringing on a gimmick.
Well, then why did Alexa do it?
Alexa did it because who's doing it now?
Nigga, come on. Come on. I just move this show along. They don't want to hear us argue about this goddamn Alexa Bliss. It was a non-relevant point on Raw. Let's move on.
No. SmackDown Live happened Tuesday. Came out with Shane McMahon getting a huge pop from the crowd in Norfolk, Virginia. Shane McMahon announced himself as team captain of SmackDown Live. Following that, Bobby Roode and Dolph Ziggler had a 2 out of 3 falls match where Bobby Roode went over and became the second person to qualify for the team SmackDown Live. Again, I say second person to qualify. Baron Corbin then defeated Sin Cara via disqualification because Sin Cara wouldn't stop beating up on Baron Corbin. AJ Styles defeated Samir Singh in 3 moves. Then got his ass handed to him by Jinder Mahal. Rusev then came out and beat up Akeem.
Oh.
A.K.A. Big E. And Shinsuke Nakamura defeated Kevin Owens to qualify to become the third person to qualify for Team SmackDown at Survivor Series. And during the show, it was announced next week that Rusev versus AJ Styles would be going on to find out who the 5th and final member on Team SmackDown male Survivor Series team is going to be. Let's talk about the kickoff match. Like that, the top thing on SmackDown was Roode versus Ziggler. I wish both of their other matches were that good. I thought that match was phenomenal and a great way to kick off SmackDown Live.
If it keeps Ziggler away from doing any type of shenanigans where he's just wrestling, he's fine. I'm fine with that match.
You weren't impressed with the match?
That was good. I thought it was a good match. Ziggler, to me, is another one of those guys who just never lives up to what you think he can be. You know what I mean? The match was good. But Ziggler, for as much praise as he gets for his in-ring work, man, I just have a hard time going, that guy is so fucking good. I don't know. The match is good. Anyways, it put Bobby Roode in the right spot moving forward.
Right.
Hopefully he gets away from Ziggler.
Seems like that would obviously finish that.
I would hope so. But,
Yeah.
Ziggler's like quicksand. You know what I mean? They get stuck with him. They get just dragged into the mid-card with him.
Right. Like, what are you going to do next? Suck. I'm going to suck with Dolph Ziggler.
So, yeah, I thought the match was good. I thought Roode looks good going into Team SmackDown. That's a good spot for him. Again, just hopefully it keeps him away from Ziggler. I hope they're done.
Shinsuke also qualified for it by defeating Kevin Owens. After Orton came out and beat up Zayn on the outside, throws him into the announce table, and then Kevin Owens, being distracted, caught the Kinshasa from Nakamura.
I was fine with that, the way they presented it. I thought it was fine.
Still not making them look weak, even though they lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it makes them even resent more that they're, you know what I mean, not being put on Team SmackDown. So, like, it furthers the story, and that was fine. All that stuff was fine. Kalisto beating the shit out of Corbin was dumb as fuck. Who the fuck is booking that? Who the fuck is pulling for, or not Kalisto, fucking Sin Cara?
Yeah. Sin Cara.
Sin Cara. Fucking Sin Cara. Who the fuck is booking him to beat up Baron Corbin all of a sudden? Why? Can anybody give me a logical reason why?
No, that one I'm not gonna even argue. I don't even care if he was going for the mask.
Yeah, I don't. We know the story behind, the history behind taking off the mask, how disrespectful that's supposed to be, and big deal.
Especially when it's not your mask to start with.
Right.
I'm saying. Because Sin Cara is not the original Sin Cara, and that's not his mask. It was funny. He put it out on Twitter. He made a Twitter post that stated, it's like, oh, my family, my heritage, I have to live up to this, blah, 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 so on and so forth. I'm actually going to go to this tweet right now because I quoted it. I looked at it. I was like, what? So, Sin Cara stated, where is it? Oh, he deleted it. His tweet's unavailable. Son of a... He blocked us.
Oh, you got blocked by another
I got
one.
blocked by Sin Cara.
What did you do? You got Breaking Down the Ring blocked.
Holy shit.
Or you got yourself.
Huh?
Did you get yourself or
No, it's Breaking Down
PBO?
the Ring. He totally blocked Breaking Down the Ring. That's fucking great. Because that means I could go to my own profile and look at the fucking tweet. Because it was great.
So what did he put out?
So he put out, I'm not blocked.
Of course not.
In my family and my heritage are in that mask. You try and take it away, and I'll take away your ability to walk to the ring. # don't mess with the mask. So Breaking Down the Ring quoted that tweet
Of course.
and said, wait, but you're not the original. Okay. That got us blocked. Sin Cara
that got us blocked. That got us blocked.
But do you know why? Because he's literally not the original Sin Cara. Sin Cara was originally a wrestler, Mystico. That's his logo, his shit on that mask is what that guy brought into WWE. That guy still uses that mask in the Indies because it was his original idea.
Well, not even the Indies, Mexico.
Yeah, Mexico. Because he was released by WWE. He was sloppy in the ring. It's not like he was the greatest wrestler.
And he was kind of, from what I heard, kind of like a pussy, and didn't finish matches when he got hurt, and that's kind of like a thing.
Yeah, as you should.
He didn't per se quote us off of that after he blocked us, did he? Say anything?
I doubt it. But I
no.
just blocked this.
Yeah, he didn't.
Just because I bet they don't
But-
want to bring up that point of.
Right, but that's another thing is how is that Sin Cara gimmick still going?
Yeah.
Let alone, no one cares.
But it sells masks. That's
Yeah.
the thing.
Well-
If merch sales, that's why it sells, and that's why they put someone else in that mask.
We have a friend who I always say, I'm kind of jealous that wears a mask because he has replica masks at the shows, and he makes so much money off selling replica masks. It's because people walk up and they're like, oh, I want to wear a lucha mask. They don't care what the fuck is on it.
Right.
They're going to wear that just fucking around. You know what I mean? They're not going to, oh, yeah, this is Sin Cara 2's mask. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like, they have no reference of that. They just think it's a cool thing to wear. So honestly, just change his gimmick. Give him a different mask. Call him something else.
Yeah.
Don't call him Sin Cara. Sin Cara's dead. He doesn't get a response from the crowd. No one is ever behind him. The most he was ever over was a part of the Lucha Dragons, and that was very short-lived. He's just... Why are you giving this guy a push randomly against Corbin, who's been running through everybody?
Right.
Just nonsense.
And I even get the whole the mask being a symbol, and that's fine. But when he made the tweet stating it's his family and his heritage, that's what I had a
Right.
problem
It's
with.
not his.
Because it's not yours. It's not yours. You can't. If you'd have been like, the lucha mask is a very sacred thing, and you should never try to remove it. Blah blah blah. Okay, yeah, you're right. 100%. I will agree with that comment. But my family. My family and my heritage are in that mask. No, they're not.
It's kind of funny.
And that's what got us blocked because I called him out on his bullshit.
Okay.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's nonsense.
So we are now blocked by JBL and Sin Cara.
That's 2 down. We got about
we're getting them, baby.
75 more to go, Mike.
We are.
Meanwhile, Naomi likes our tweets.
Naomi loves us.
Naomi loves us and Cara hates us.
Yeah. I did
I'm
not.
okay with
I
that.
did not tag Becky Lynch in the squirt comment because I did
What'd
write
you
it.
say?
So Becky Lynch is a squirter. Because in the backstage segment, James Ellsworth was
Callie.
talking, and she turned around and she sprayed him with the spray bottle, and then Natty started talking shit, and then as Natty was walking away, she squirted at her too, and I was like, Becky Lynch is a squirter. I didn't at her at that.
Speaking of this transition moment,
Yeah.
why the fuck was Natty arguing to be captain of the team?
She goes, no, she wasn't arguing to be captain. She was like, you're lucky I'm not allowed to be captain because I haven't. Like, so
Why was she even in that segment?
Because she has to talk down to the entire women's division because she's the best. She's the true queen now.
They should have
Best
had
there
her.
is, the best there
She
was,
should have
best
had
there
her
ever will be.
separate fucking segment for her building up her match with fucking Alexa. I don't know. That's dumb.
I am so happy. I'm just still happy Sin Cara blocked us. But anyway.
Yeah, but how
yeah.
dumb was that? Him whooping Corbin's ass. Corbin
Yeah.
hasn't got beat up like that ever. That happens from Sin Cara.
Right. Yeah. He didn't lose to AJ.
The guy who's been on
Ty at Hell in a
Superstars
Cell.
for 3 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, nonsense.
That's
Nonsense.
great. But yeah, so and then obviously the women talk. So basically, that's all the women. Because Daniel Bryan told Lana no, she's not allowed to. So it's Becky, Charlotte, Tamina, Carmella, and
Naomi?
Naomi. Yeah, sorry.
Oh, no.
I almost said Darren Young. Were you sad when Darren Young was released because you were like, oh my god, all these people are gone? Like I'll miss Darren.
Oh, I liked her.
He's gay. Sorry.
Using
I
her power
waited when you
again.
took a breath. You weren't mid sentence. Get
Shinsuke
over it.
and Kevin Owens. I was really disappointed by that match, though. I get the ending. The match, I just was like, oh, this could have been so much better.
Yeah.
It was a match that when I watched it, I went into it going, holy fuck, give me Shinsuke KO. When it was announced last week, I was super excited for it. And it just, the ending did not take away from it. I'm literally talking about the in-ring work with these guys. It seemed at first that they were flip-flopping around, like they didn't know what was supposed to go on. Like right off the bat, there was one of them went to throw other one in the ropes, but the other one then reversed it, and it was like you could see like the one was going as if he wasn't supposed to move. I don't
remember.
It was right off the bat. It was, and then I was just like, oh. And then Shinsuke, when he was jumping up over to go over KO, so because KO's running at him in the ring, in the corner, he just bounced once and then landed on Kevin's head, then like bounced over again. I was like, oh, that was sloppy. It's even because when they showed the replay, they went to the second jump over, and it just to me, I was really bummed out by that match.
I mean, I don't know. I don't get the way they present TV matches isn't supposed to be the way they present pay-per-view matches. So occasionally we'll get a gem. Occasionally we'll get a really good TV match. Mm-hmm. But TV matches are supposed to be kind of, at least I know the platform's kind of changed the network, but it still applies. It's supposed to be kind of like an advertisement for the pay-per-view.
A build-up match.
Right, so it's not really supposed to be the payoff. So I didn't expect it to be, I think you probably just went in with a little higher expectations. I expected it to be a TV match.
Yeah, but I didn't expect it to be so sloppy.
No, but shit happens in the ring, and I mean that's another thing about if we want to talk psychology. I don't mind mistakes like that because in a real fight, you slip, you fall, you don't know,
make
not everything's So like I like
It
when
makes
things
it kind of
I like when things are
realistic, I guess.
Yeah, I like when things aren't perfect.
Okay, I could see it from that point.
So
of view.
I like stuff like that, but again, I would have to look at the mistakes to tell you if it was like, oh, that looked like shit, or if that just looked like, oh, got a little whatever.
Right.
But him laying on his head, I didn't have a problem with that. But the first one, I'm forgetting, so I don't remember. But either way, I thought the match was fine for TV. The finish made sense. Everything looked fine. It wasn't a bad match. Again, it wasn't a great match, is what you were saying, and it wasn't. It was just a regular match.
And it's also the fact that like you said, there you can find a gem here and there. This wasn't setting up for anything, other than who's going to be on this SmackDown roster. It's not like, Owens and Zayn versus Nakamura and whoever, because they're also going to be facing them one-on-one at the pay-per-view. This is just I was super impressed with Ziggler and Rude because going into that, I expected a damn good match. I really did, because I was like, look, you guys have flubbed these first 2 matches, but now you're getting a good amount of time to work together. This should be fucking phenomenal, because both of you are pretty damn good in the ring. I'm not a 5-star match, definitely probably a 4-star match. I thought that match was
6-star.
No. I definitely thought that match was really good, and I expected it to be. Then I also expected a really great match between Nakamura and Owens, mainly because I feel Nakamura has been given shit programs to work since his call-up. And they're basing him on his entrance. And the only way to truly get him over is to put him in a match. Nakamura, still blows my mind he talks. The guy is very broken English. But there's a mystique about Nakamura. And I feel like...
There was.
Well, yeah. So when they brought him up, there's no...
That ball's very close to hitting the ground right now.
Right. And that's the problem. I'm surprised he talks. So to get anything back, Shinsuke Nakamura has to have one fucking great match. And he has not had that going up to it. But he has had that with Owens/Steen in the past.
He had it with Cena, but it was on SmackDown. It should have been a pay-per-view match, which I said that the whole fucking time. That would have sold your fucking pay-per-view. Or the network, or whatever you want to call the damn shit now. But that's the only match that's been really good that he's had, was him and Cena.
Right. And that's, again, another problem.
At least since he's been on the main roster, yeah. It is a problem. And like you said, I think he talks way too fucking much. If you want to have him talk here and there, that's fine. But it can't be like a regular thing that he cuts promos. It can't. He just doesn't have the English for it.
Yeah.
Even in NXT, his stuff was backstage vignettes. Like, he rarely spoke in the ring. I think he spoke the one time with Finn when he was like, to be the best, I have to beat the best, and you're the best.
Yeah. I just think, like you're saying, it just sets him up for failure. I think putting anybody with Ziggler is just proven to hold you down, and so at the very least, it just holds you back until you get away from him. It's quicksand. Until you get out of it, you're not moving forward.
It's true.
Ziggler's quicksand. I like Ziggler, and I want him to be better, but he's fucking quicksand.
It's been stated over and over again. You get into a program with Bray, you get into a program with Dolph, you're screwed.
Yeah, I mean, Bray, at least for a while, he never won a feud, but like his feuds were somewhat interesting for a while. Ziggler, I can't remember the last time he had an interesting feud. The last time he did anything cool was that Survivor Series when he won.
I like the stuff with him and Miz for the IC title.
Oh, okay.
Where there was the fire in him, like, I'm going to quit if I don't win this match.
Yeah, it was okay. It still wasn't great, but it was okay.
But it was good. You know what I'm saying?
And their matches were good.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's Miz, man.
I agreed. I'm not arguing it.
Yeah, it just...
But again,
and
Dolph versus Shinsuke should have been phenomenal.
Yes, and Dolph versus anybody in the ring on paper. I used to go, man, that guy sells better than anybody in the business, period. Better than anybody. Sells.
Dolph.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
The way he bumps and feeds and, a lot of the inner details of him selling is amazing.
I still to this day say he took him and AJ Styles took the best the best Blue Thunder Palms from Sami Zayn on SmackDown. Oh, my God. They spun with it. Well,
Ziggler's selling is amazing. It just never translates well. Like,
even better than Enzo?
Selling? Hell yes. Enzo is not that great at selling.
Yeah, Enzo lays there and looks dead.
Well, this is like a detail, but when you're looking for a guy that, like, he knows how to oversell, but oversell the right way.
Okay, I can see it.
Like, he bounces around, but, like, he reminds me of Henning the way he sells.
Okay.
Kurt Hennig.
So good, Mr. Perfect.
Yes, reminds me of Mr. Perfect the way he sells around the ring. And he's really, really good at selling. And especially in today's where a lot of guys don't focus on that. And I was like, well, that's his fucking ticket. He's the guy that fucking bumps and sells. The problem is that's literally all he can fucking do. Like, He doesn't know how to get himself over. He can't fucking talk, despite the fact that he does comedy and all these things. He cannot talk. At best, his promos are passable.
They used to be so much better too,
Dolph?
man. Like Dolph, yeah. Dolph. It's like you could tell he's kind of 1 foot out the door.
Right, that's what I mean. It just seems like he mails it in, and it shows. His in-ring matches, though, I have an issue with because I always want him to be better than he is. I always think, like, okay, he's good. Watch him tonight. He's going to fucking be really good. And every single fucking time he disappoints me. So this match with Bobby Roode, I just didn't care. You know, I thought they had a good match, but it's just like, dude, at this point, like, go fuck yourself, man. Like, you've had 10 years of matches at this point, you know what I mean, to, like, do something, and you fucking haven't.
And finally, Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin have invoked their... Well, sorry, not finally. Second to last thing. Chad Gable and Shelton Benjamin have invoked their match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championship next week on SmackDown, which means if they win, they'd be going to Survivor Series to face Dean and Seth instead of the Usos. Prediction, do you think they win?
No, I don't. I think they have to get this match out of the way because that's what they built up story-wise on SmackDown to get to Survivor Series. So I think this is them giving it away on TV, and I think it'll be a good match to have on TV. I think it helps sell SmackDown a little bit because even I'm like, okay, well, I kind of want to see that. I'll tune in and watch that. But no, I think Usos win. I think they have too many heel versus heel type things going on with the champs. They need a heel baby match there.
But then why
I
have
mean,
the
not
Usos?
baby. I don't want to see another like heel baby. I want to see a heel versus a baby.
Okay, but then why have the Usos? Because the Usos technically aren't healed right now.
They're heel. A little bit heel when they face the Shield. For sure.
All right, I'll give you that. Callie.
I don't know. I'm like really 50-50. I really don't know who. I don't know.
Plus, I just think it's better anyways. The Usos are kind of having a decent run right now. Like I don't want it to drop it just so for Shelton and Chad when they've only been together for fucking 3 weeks.
Like, there's a part of me that's like, oh, well, someone, needs to be the new champ because they dropped that whole, the whole title against title thing. And they're like, well, that can change who's the champ before Survivor Series. So I have to like sit there and wonder, well, okay, well, who is going to change? Because now that you've said that, now I'm really thinking that there's going to be a title change somewhere.
Why? Because you think they foreshadowed that? I don't think they.
I don't know. Kind of, yeah.
Again, it would make sense because they did foreshadow that. They specifically said that. That's why they fucking won't, because they're idiots and they don't remember doing it.
Fair enough. So, I mean, some part of me thinks, but if that was who was going to change titles, that not really particularly.
Right, and I think it'll turn sour quickly because they're going to put them against the Shield after that. And the Shield is going to get cheered over them.
They wanted to job out to the Shield.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
That's the only reason I could think why they would win is because then they'd job out to the Shield.
But wouldn't that hurt Gable and Benjamin to face the Shield? The Usos can lose and still come back with their heat because they're heels.
Yeah, because then the if Shelton and Gable go, then they lose, then they come back, and the Usos like, I want my rematch, and then the Usos get the belts back. Then the Usos never had to have worried about going up against the Shield.
Yeah, that's true.
That's the only way I could see that kind of playing out. Is okay, they already discussed like, okay, well, we want the Shield to win. So now, you got to SmackDown. Who would you want to put up against the Shield? Because no way.
Usos off of one of the big four.
Yeah, but I don't know. It depends on how you want to portray your superstars.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it matters if they're off or on, but I do think what Callie's saying makes sense.
No, yeah, I agree with that.
But I think
that's why I'm so 50-50.
But I think even if the Usos faced the Shield and lost, I still think they get their heat back as their heels.
I think so too.
If you put Gable and Shelton in there, it kills their momentum immediately because they just lost to the fucking Shield, and now they have to come back to SmackDown as the champs who just lost, and they're babyface. As a heel, you can walk away and be like, oh, there was. You can make bullshit excuses, but as a babyface, you gotta be like, oh, we lost.
Maybe this is the only chance they really want to give them.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't think though. I don't think
know.
so.
I kind of think so.
Maybe. It makes sense. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I think you're trying to use too much logic. They don't have it. I promise you they're not using that much logic.
Well, it's hard not to think logically.
That's why you become a jaded fan. Right there. You'll become jaded over time because you're going, well, this is what makes sense. And even this other idea that you just said makes sense. That's not why they will do either of these things.
For the most part, yeah, he's right.
I mean, I wouldn't mind being a writer.
And finally, the final thing to discuss about SmackDown Live, Stranger Things.
That was awesome.
That was cool. If you're a fan of Stranger Things, I thought it was good.
It was great.
Another 11. No, I'm a 10.
That was the line. Ty
Sorry.
Dillinger, because I'll be honest, Ty Dillinger right there.
The Uggos was on the box of waffles.
You okay over there?
Great.
Ty Dillinger saved a lot of what had been hurting him, I thought, with that line. Because it made, that's where most people popped, right there. Like, another 11? And he goes, no, I'm a 10. And then walked off with the waffles, with the Uggos. It was great. The upside down where the light showed the Bludgeon Brothers, because they're there. Damn it. I loved, they started beating up on Kane, think it was a Raw invasion. He was like, I told you I was going to be Kane. He's like, yeah, I know. I just didn't care. I was a fan. I was honestly a fan. I love that that Victor came in as Barb. Like, is Barb really? She sucked. Not good enough to be nominated. Like, it was just a great segment. Again, Fashion Police, the Breezango just delivers over and over and over again. And I'm very happy.
I liked Ascension, by the way.
In that role now?
Yes.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, because I don't like them as anything else. So I enjoy them kind of being...
Connor was nice to me on
That's
Twitter.
so...
Saw him on, at the airport. I don't know proper etiquette there, so I didn't say anything.
I saw Christopher Daniels and one of the Young Bucks at a gas station the other day.
Yeah?
Yeah. I was
Here?
I was out by the airport, and I stopped at a gas station just to get gas.
Damn.
And sure enough, I saw somebody in a Pro Wrestling Tees jacket or something. I was about to say something to him. And then Christopher Daniels walked in. I was like, oh, they must be in town or stopping here for something. I didn't say anything, though. I was like, yeah, it'll be awkward. I'm just going to go to my car.
Why would it be awkward for you?
I don't know. I don't really know him. So I don't want to, talk to him at a gas station. You know, they're trying to get fucking gas and shit. I was
I
like,
think,
hi.
my biggest thing is...
I was on a show with you 8 years ago. Yeah, I don't know if I can do that.
He may have remembered you.
Maybe. I mean, he did look at me, but I was like, yeah, I'm just going to go to my fucking car. I get socially awkward anyways. I'm not going to have this weird conversation at a gas station right now.
Right.
Yeah, he was in line at Starbucks at the Tampa airport. And I even said it. Like, going in, I was like, man, this is the home base for a lot of them. Like, this is the airport for them to go. I was like, so it'd be really cool if I see one. And the only reason I saw him was because my flight was super delayed. So I went, I was like, fine, I'm going to get Starbucks now. I'm hungry. I went and got Starbucks, got myself a little snack from Starbucks. And as I'm waiting for my coffee, I see him walk over, and I was like, is that? And then I saw his face after he ordered. I was like, oh, that's totally Connor. So I wrote up on Twitter, I was like, man, when you see Connor, but you don't want to say anything. Because, again, and I go, so you just fucking write a tweet mentioning him, blah, calling myself a douche. It's because, look, dude, it was like 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. If it was like maybe 2 in the afternoon and he was out, cool, maybe I'd see it because it's not early anymore. That's like, to me, I was just like, you're waking up,
I mean, I don't like talking to fans ever, so I'm with Sasha. I'm not mean. I'm not with Sasha. Sasha's mean. I'm not mean, but I really.
Well, he even put it on Twitter. He was
it.
like, if you'd have walked up, dude, I would have totally said hi. He's like, rain check. And I was like, oh, fuck, now that I know I'm allowed to, I totally will.
I think, because I've seen in my profession, I've definitely had a nice handful of
one of her
famous
many
people.
professions.
And
Go ahead.
Let's put up a poll. What do you think? How many professions Callie has been in? Let's put up a poll.
All right, get back to your story.
Right.
And
yeah.
I think so,
Just get straight to the point. Strip it down.
fuck. This is not easy.
Famous people on planes.
Yeah, so like the hardest thing is because you don't want to and I get the whole not wanting to disturb them. And when they're flying, they very much just want to be left alone. There are some that are just, they're awake, but they're just kind of keeping to themselves, as most of them do. Most of them aren't, it's not like when they pull out their saxophone and start playing on a whole plane. Kenny G, that was funny.
Sorry, what? Really?
Yeah. Funny story that totally
Kenny
happened.
G pulled out his fucking
saxophone played for the whole plane. So most of them are not like that. They don't just go "Hello, world." Like, no, that's just not how they address the plane at all, or the people on the plane. But I think like it's simply. I think what I've noticed the most positive response is just on their way out. It's just going, "I'm a really big fan," and they smile. And then they walk off, and it's like a nice, like, casual way because you're in one spot and they're going the opposite direction.
Very nice.
Because you're not, and you say it quietly because it's not like you're trying to pull attention.
Right.
You
to
just
that
kind of
person.
casually just.
Have a good day. Really big fan.
And literally, that's what I did with this last person that was on my flight that like blew my mind.
You can say
I can't
who,
actually.
what?
I can't. It's a policy. On air I can't say.
All right, well, you'll tell us off air.
Yes.
Either that or someone black. She doesn't remember the name.
It was Darren Titus.
It was not.
It was,
but
Denzel Smith. All right, anyway.
It was someone black. Thank you very much, and I totally recognize them. So fuck you. Anywho.
Yeah, you got one. Good for you.
Anywho.
That's funny.
But no, that's I hate talking to fans, and it's nothing against them. I appreciate they support
It's
me.
like about being discreet too, because it's like you
Yeah.
also don't want that whole one person saying one thing, and then next thing you know, you're being crowded.
Listen, I'm not even a huge celebrity. I have a very minimal I'm like an E celebrity status, wherever that's at. and I
You're
just-
on E?
I don't know where I'm
You
at.
can tell us you're on E. I want to be on E with you.
You,
The network.
Oh,
the network, or
I was thinking like E like
Yeah.
empty.
I was
I was thinking E
I was
like
thinking the network like
ecstasy.
Total Divas. No.
Oh, wow, 3 different. Wow, I would love to be on E.
So it turns out when you say the letter E, you need to be a lot more specific.
Obviously, we cannot.
You're either failing in school, you're on a drug, you're a really bad celebrity
I was
at the
thinking-
network.
You're out of gas.
You're
Who
empty.
knows?
Yeah, you're out of gas. Like that's what I was thinking.
But like I always find that
'Cause that's the
like
life
I don't
of
mind
life.
small messages or blah blah, and I but I don't like to engage in like conversations and stuff. And the reason for that is fans tend to think like they know you a lot more than they do,
Yeah, absolutely.
and it gets really uncomfortable. And like I've had people say like really personal statements to me, and I legit have no clue who they are. I have people tell me like their life stories and this or that, and it's like because they see you.
Right.
They think like because they know you, like you know them, and it gets there's like the border, the line between where they think they know you is they don't get that you don't know them. Like they don't get that. I swear to you. And most fans do, but there's just it gets like a little too much for me. And I've already talked to you before how I'm socially awkward and I really don't enjoy those types of interactions anyways with like any random person.
right.
So talking to a fan because they're looking up to you, they're excited to talk to you, which makes it worse. I have nothing good to say to you. I am nice when they meet me. I'm not
Right.
like a jerk off. I will take pictures and stuff, but you do have to catch me. I'm one of those people that will sneak out so I don't have to talk to you. And it's nothing rude. I'm awkward and I don't know what to fucking say to you. It makes me feel uncomfortable.
I'll catch you. I'll be like, hey, Orlando! Orlando! Remember my
I have been recognized in public a couple times and it's super uncomfortable.
Really? Like just
Yeah.
out in the regular streets?
I was at the zoo one time, the Detroit Zoo,
really.
and someone just yelled, "Get over!" I'm just like looking at some fucking giraffes, looking over my shoulder, like, "Oh fuck, dude! Like, oh fuck! Please just let me look at some fucking giraffes."
I love these giraffes.
I was with my girlfriend at the time. It was very uncomfortable.
I hate the zoo.
But anyways, I don't like
been
it.
to the good zoo.
Okay.
Let's not talk about the zoo.
Yeah.
What are we talking about now?
So we're finishing up the show.
Yeah, we're finishing up the show.
Quick question. Triple H teamed with Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose and did the Shield fist like Kurt Angle did. Obviously caught on video. Even the WWE tweeted it out.
Yeah. I saw that today.
Why is this so stupid to me? Like, Seth and Triple H a year ago were at each other's
feud.
throats. less than a year ago.
And Seth put
The
him in his place.
Kingslayer at WrestleMania.
Oh.
Fucking dumb.
No?
It annoys me. I get not. Whatever. I'm gonna continue into it. Fuck it. Let's leave. We're done. Fuck this.
Okay, bye.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. If you're listening live, make sure you subscribe to us on iTunes and Google Podcasts. Also, check us out on SoundCloud. ProWrestlingTees.com/BDRcast. You can get one of 2 shirts, 3 hopefully soon.
Oh, shit. Were we supposed to do a name thingamajig? Or we're going to do that next week? Contest?
Oh, and nobody shared it.
No. Well.
Thanks for bringing that up on air.
Yeah, none of you guys. None of the.
Well, I mean, why not call them out and
Yeah, you
give
guys
people
on
an extra
Facebook,
week?
you're not fucking sharing the stuff. We said you can win 10% off your Pro Wrestling Tees
And it
order.
doesn't even have to be our t-shirt, but that'd be really freaking awesome if you chose our t-shirt.
ProWrestlingTees.com/BDRcast. Get yourself our shirts. Also, make sure you can go to our Patreon page, patreon.com, patreon.com/BDRcast. If you guys want to support the show, man, you like us, go there. Show us some love. Subscribe, give us $1 a month, If you pay more for Netflix and you barely use that. Or you don't pay for Netflix because you're one of the fucking 4 extra people that they have on that goddamn account. And what you're doing is you're mooching. You're fucking mooching.
Oh, yeah? Mooching?
Fucking mooching. It's fucking mooching.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moocher?
Oh, yeah?
Moocher?
Are you paying for that I'm using?
The Hulu?
Yeah.
No, because I'm paying for the Netflix that I'm being mooched off of.
Yeah, but who's using my WWE network?
Okay, so you know
It
what? It's a
sounds like
trade-off.
you guys have a mutual.
Yeah, it's
There's a very huge mutual.
mutual. We're mutual. All right.
All right, you got it.
Other people we're talking about. You're just stealing it. Those who are paying for the Netflix and stuff, you the real MVP. Guys, follow us on all of our social media. Just search BDRcast. Facebook, Twitter, IG, Periscope, BDRcast. Thank you so much for
Don't
listening.
forget to follow our sponsors, Payday.
We didn't. No,
I'm just
no.
kidding. Don't do that. They did not give us a payday.
It's up on the computer screen right there. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening. Obviously, if you're listening on the podcast, you can listen live every week.
Wednesday night.
Every week. Wednesday night.
Wednesday.
9:15
Okay.
p.m. PodcastDetroit.com.
Eastern.
Studio One. Thank you so much for listening. We are out.